Baby love, my baby love. Did you get it?
Mary Wilson, I got to tell you, it's fantastic. We love you. The world loved you. One of the greatest female singers in the world with the Supremes. What can I say? Welcome.
Thank you. Hi. Hi, Australia.
And hi to the world too. Now, Mary,
Yeah.
you got two fantastic books there. Let's go through your great books.
Well, the first one is, ooh, God, can you see it?
Yeah, I
Dream
can see Dream
Girl.
Girl.
There we go. That's my first one, Dream Girl, right?
Yeah.
And then my latest one is this one. Whoa,
Oh,
look at that.
fantastic.
Supreme
Fantastic.
Grammar. Yeah, there you go. I'll put it in front of my face. There we go.
I can see it. And also,
But
I got to say, you did the forward to Mark Bigo's bigger book,
I
Rock Star,
did.
like a
Yeah.
rock star. How's
Yeah.
that?
And I have a recipe in there as well.
What's the recipe? Tell me.
I don't know. Which one is it? I did quite a few, but I'm not sure which
Okay.
one is in the book right off the
All
top.
right. Okay, I just want to know about your fantastic career, what it
Yeah.
was like being with the Supremes, and basically, how did you guys get together?
So anyway, yeah. So we Flo, Diane, and our fourth member. We were four girls in the beginning, and we were called the Primettes. We started singing in Detroit, Michigan, and it was amazing because the group that put us together were three guys: Eddie Kendricks, Paul Williams, and Cal Asborn. And so Osborne is in that. So now you remember Paul and Eddie were in the Temptation, but they were the ones who put us together, and we were only about 13, 14 years old at the time, and we started singing around Detroit, Michigan, doing little record hops, singing at the DJ shows. And pretty soon we decided we wanted to record with Motown Records, so we went and auditioned for them, and they turned us down the first time. But the second time they took us in, and at the time we signed our recording contract when we were 17 years old. So all those years we had been singing, around Detroit, Michigan, just doing, regular little shows. But at Motown we started recording. We had about six records released before our big release in 1964. Where did our love go? Now I know you have that, and I know you're gonna play that one, aren't you? Yeah, yeah. He loves those little CDs. Yes, and actually, when Motown Universal just released another one, we had another LP that came out, Funny Girl, that we have recorded years ago. So I think that they've only just released that particular one. So that's pretty good too. I hope you guys get it over there in Australia.
Do you have people coming up to you and going, Mary, Mary, whenever I see you, I hear a symphony?
No, no one says that to me. I wish they would.
Fantastic. Now, listen, going to Britain, what was that like when you went to Britain?
Oh yeah, right. Well, that was great because you see, first of all, we had never really traveled outside the United States, so going to Britain was fabulous because we had an opportunity to perform on their television shows like Top of the Pops. And we met the Beatles, we met the Rolling Stones, and so it was. Are you kidding? Britain was, in fact. They were our second record, Baby Love, which you just played, was number one in the UK. Yes, indeed. So there you go. And I still have so many friends there, so many friends in the UK that they still write me and still support us. So I can't wait till this virus thing is over, so I can come back and go back and travel to the UK.
When you met the Beatles, if you could tell me what that was like.
Oh, the Beatles. Well, okay. The first time we met them was at Annabelle's. It was a disco, private club actually in London, and we went to the disco and we saw them there. So it was really great because they were becoming very famous and we were too. So it was brief, but the fellows were all very nice. And I actually maintained a great relationship with George Harrison. In fact, I bought his limousine that he had gotten, I guess, from John Lennon. And so it was a Mercedes limousine that I bought from him over there in London. And so he and I and his wife, I went to their country house. We became great friends throughout the years. So it was fun meeting them. They were cool guys. In fact, I ended up selling it on an auction. Not sure where it was, but it was like one of those phone or over the phone things, where you sell cars. So I've sold it that way. But yeah, we traveled in the UK, and I actually brought it back here in America and used it for quite a long time, actually.
When you were in the States and you did Ed Sullivan, how was that?
Ed Sullivan Show. Well, Ed Sullivan was great. In fact, they just released, Universal just released all the shows that were on Ed Sullivan. You can now see all of them. And I don't know how often it comes on, but I'm really happy because We the Supremes did 16 Ed Sullivan shows. And here in America, they say if you can make it on Ed Sullivan show, if you get on Ed Sullivan show, you have made it. So we definitely felt we had made it because we did Ed Sullivan 16 times, and we always sang our hit records. And each time we would sing the hit records, people would they just loved watching us.
Tom Jones?
Tell you about Tom Jones. Well, he was a great singer, or was. He is a great singer. What am I talking about? Was. And, everyone here in America thought he was black because he had such a soulful voice. And his recordings were really great. He and I, of course, became very good friends. And he's just a wonderful guy. And we did his TV show as well.
He's one of the greatest singers.
Tom Jones is definitely. In fact, I used to tell him, I said, you're going to become just like Frank Sinatra, a great, great, great singer. And he's, oh, really? He didn't believe it, but he did. He's just, everyone knows Tom Jones, and everybody loves him. Well, Michael Jackson and the Jackson Five. See, people talk about Michael Jackson and they forget before Michael Jackson, it was the Jackson Five. And they were the ones who were I just love them as young kids. In fact, we were there when, they first came to Motown, and it was just amazing to see these little kids performing because they were like so, professional. I mean, they were just great as a group. And obviously, they had lots of great records. And then, of course, you mentioned Michael Jackson went out on his own. And in fact, the time that he sort of launched that record, Billie Jean, it was at the Motown 25th anniversary show that we did. And that's when the world got a chance to see Michael on his own. And of course, he became just one of the greatest, icons that the world has ever seen in music. Smokey Robinson, oh, well, Smokey and the Miracles. Again, so you say all these names, but you forget they were originally with a group, the Miracles. And the Miracles had a girl, Claudette. So, but I got to tell you something about them. You see, before we auditioned for Motown, we auditioned for the Miracles, and we auditioned at Claudette's house. All the Miracles were there. Bobby Rogers, the tall, handsome, dark Bobby Rogers, Ronnie White. Ronnie White was the one who actually brought in Little Stevie Wonder to audition at Motown. And then, of course, the wonderful songwriter Pete Moore. So they were all great, and as I mentioned, we auditioned for the Miracles first before we actually auditioned to Motown. And then, of course, Smokey is a great songwriter and went on to become the Smokey Robinson, one of the greatest artists, songwriters of all times. And so, we all still very good friends. In fact, when the Miracles got their star on Hollywood Boulevard, I was one of the people who was there and spoke was there speaking about them receiving that wonderful star. So all you Australians, when you come to Hollywood, you can walk on the street and you can walk over the Miracle Star, and you also can walk over the Supremes. We have one too. Well, the fashion you see is what I talk about in this book, Dream Supreme Glamour. It's all about our fashion and the wonderful gowns that we wore. In fact, I have a gown collection that tours the world, and it has many, many, many of our gorgeous gowns. And I'm hoping to open a museum here in Las Vegas with all of our gowns. But yeah, we had lots of wonderful designers, Michael Travis, Bob Mackey. We just had so many wonderful people who designed our gorgeous gowns. And of course, we wore these gowns all over the world, even there in Australia. Yes, indeed.
Amazing.
Hmm.
Now, I got to ask you, what's it like? You're still singing? You can't wait to get back on stage?
Well, no, I can wait, but be careful what you wish for. I wish for a couple of months off just to kind of relax, since I have been touring for, almost 60 years, probably 60 now. And so I needed to kind of rest, but all my gigs were canceled this year, as everybody's gigs are canceled. And so I do want to get back to work, but I'm not in a rush. I'm having a good time here. I do wear my mask when I go out. I should put my mask on. I don't know why I don't have it on today, but I'm in the house all by myself, so I don't have to have it on, right? But yeah, I look forward to touring whenever it happens. But next year it seems like that's when I'll start, and which is good for me because I can stay home and just kind of rest up. I'm 76 years old, and I like to say that because let people know that, you can still perform at that age, but you do want to rest a bit. I can't run around like I used to. So I'm having fun just being here by myself and reorganizing my house and unpacking clothes and cleaning. I'm cleaning like I'm a cleaning lady. We shopped all over the world. I mean, I still have things that I bought there in Australia when I was in Melbourne, Sydney, when I was in London. Oh, London, I used to shop all the time. In fact, I mean, I did most of my shopping in London. And so, yeah, I'm a girl. I like to shop, of course. You want my picture? Sure. I don't like to brag, but sometimes it's nice to show it. There we go. There we are. That's Flo, me, and Diane.
Fantastic.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, I love it.
So now you guys, I want everyone there in Australia. I know that you can't use American stamps, but there are a lot of stamp collectors. I put in a request to the United States stamp committee to get Florence Ballard a stamp, a U.S. stamp. And so you guys there in Australia, wherever you are, whatever city in Australia you're in, you can definitely write and look at their website, U.S. United States Commemorative Stamp Committee, and send in a request to get stamps for Florence Ballard.
What do you want to say to your fans?
Well, I always say to fans, fans are people. We're human beings on this earth, and we need some enjoyment, but we also need to be, conscious of other people's enjoyment. So, just be kind to your neighbors, to your family. Life can be short, as we are finding out, so just stay your distance, get over this virus, whatever this thing is, and let's be happy and carry on with the human existence here on this earth. Thank you.
Your
My
favorite
favorite,
Supreme song?
my favorite Supreme song. I don't have a favorite Supreme song because it's like I have 11 grandchildren and I can't say what is my favorite. I tell them all they're my favorites. But if you want to play one for me, why don't you play Reflections? I think that would be a good song. And another one would be Someday We'll Be Together. I think that's a good one too as well. So those two.
Thank you so much. The world loves you, and have a great day.
Thank you, and you as well. Thank you so much.
A pleasure. Thank you, Mary.
Okay, bye.
Bye.